We're harvesting our onions this morning. It's nice and cool, but we are just so pleasantly surprised at the size that we're getting out of these onions that we're growing in these tubs. This is definitely the best year. We planted them on, I think, the 17th of November here in Arizona, and they just didn't really, we're just surprised at how big they actually are getting. But as you can see from the size of Sherry's hand, look how big these things are. And they said to stop watering. Dixondale Farms recommend you stop watering about a week before you harvest, and we can't stop watering in our system, so we just picked up our tubs and turned them sideways like this. Still covered the hole, but the net cups are not in the hole, they're on the side. So they've been out for a week now, drying this way. We didn't pull them because we bent the leaves over the top so that they would, look at this fight she's having with this one. You say you don't get good root system in our stuff in 7 inches of soil? Anyway, so we planted them on the 17th of November, and this is, I think, the 18th or 19th today, 19th of May, so it's been 5 months. And as if you may or may not know, we order little sets or plants from Dixondale Farms out of Texas. This is the Texas 1015Y Super Sweet. We've had good luck. We've had them last in our refrigerator 10 months. We did just run out, and we had to buy onions about 2 weeks ago for the first time since last harvest. And just look at these things. Now, we're not going to leave them out to dry. They recommend that they dry out in the fields if the weather is not real hot or if not wet. And we have just really hot sun, so we'll show you what we're doing, how we're drying them out of the sun here. So she's finished that, so now we'll just take you over, and we rub off a little bit of the dirt, but they still have a soft skin, so you don't want to rub them real hard. We just take off what we can, and then we'll clean them up later. But this is just the onions out of one of these tubs, and now we'll go over to where we have them on the drying rack, where we're putting them. And she's laying them out on the rack. We stagger them and don't have them touch because they need to have air circulation, and they don't want them to touch each other and start to spoil or something. So as you notice, she's laying them out, and we hang them down over the front as far as we have to. We plan to leave them here in the shade drying like this for a couple of weeks, and then we will come through and cut off the tops and the roots, rub the dirt off, and then we'll put them in for storage. But just look at this. Stop, Chip. Just look at that, and this is all one tub. But just look at the size of those compared to her hands and stuff. They are just huge. We've had some big ones before, but we've always planted them like the first week in December. These were about 3 weeks longer in the ground here, and that has really made a difference in the sizing up. And they also said, Dixondale Farms, that if you don't water them, like we were explaining earlier, and leave them that way, still in the soil, don't pull them, then they will still continue to size up. And I don't know, I guess that works as well as planting earlier, but we are just flabbergasted that the size. We've had some big ones in the past, but nothing that was overall, everything was big, or is big. So we're just tickled pink over this. So here's look at these. The video doesn't do them justice, but they're at least softball size or bigger. So anyway, we'll keep you posted. Well, here's the finished product. We were lucky to be able to get all of our onions on this rack that we bought. This is fantastic. Just look at those. It's hard to tell how big they are, but we showed you that earlier. But then we didn't have room for these, but that's all right. We want to show those off. They're just huge. Anyway, this is the finished product. We'll roll it back under the porch here, and we'll let them dry for another 2 weeks probably, and then cut the tops and the roots off, and then we'll let just the bulbs dry out here for about a week, and then put them in mesh bags and put them in our refrigerator.